on News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is presented by Currency. Currency makes financing quick, easy, and secure for machinery, ag equipment, and more. Visit GoCurrency.com. Faith Regional Health Services. When you need exemplary care, have faith. Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. And by Teammates Mentoring. Join the team, be a mentor. Go to teammates.org today.
Good evening and welcome to Veterans Memorial Field for tonight's girls soccer game on News Channel Nebraska as the Norfolk Panthers play host to the Fremont Tigers. Hello and welcome to Norfolk. I'm Elijah Mosier alongside Nate Bope. And Nate, Norfolk is coming off of a 1-0 loss last night to Lincoln Southeast. What do they need to do to rebound tonight?
Well, I think today, it's quite simple. You got to put the ball in the back of the net. You don't score a goal, you're not going to win a game. I think they got to find their attacking presence today. If they can do that against a very good defensive Fremont team, I think they're going to find a lot of success today.
All right, and Nate, they're doing this behind a season which has them at 6-3. It's senior night, a lot of emotions. You want to get the win tonight, and you do it behind a defense that's as solid as they have. 3 seniors on the back line, a senior goalkeeper as well.
Yeah, for sure. I just talked about how Fremont's defense is probably going to be the defense to watch today. They like to force a lot of offsides, but again, this is a Fremont defense that's got a ton of experience, a lot of seniors, and on senior night, as you just said, Elijah, they're going to want to show out today for the parents and the fans that have come to support them today. And gorgeous weather outside, by the way.
It is beautiful here in Norfolk, one of the warmest days in quite a while, and they're going to be looking to put another W on their total on the season because, believe it or not, we're already over halfway through the spring season. And Fremont on the other side, they come in at 4-4 on the season. They last played on Tuesday, beating Omaha Central 3-0. A little bit more rested.
Yeah, they definitely are more rested. It's always interesting to watch how teams play on the second leg of a back-to-back, especially in a game where you're putting literal miles into your legs, especially at young of an age, especially on senior day too. I'm watching senior as well. They got a lot of good pieces, especially in that back line, as I've mentioned countless times. They got some girls who can put the ball in the back of the net as well.
All right, Nate, well, let's step aside. When we come back, we'll go over our key players, and then let's get this ball rolling. You're watching high school soccer on News Channel Nebraska.
We're here at Faith Regional and getting ready to learn more about cervical cancer. Let's talk to the doctors who treat it. I'm joined by Dr. Linnea Steins, an obstetrician and gynecologist with Faith Regional Physician Services. Our topic is cervical cancer, and let's begin by talking about screenings. What can you expect with those?
Yes. Screening for cervical cancer is generally done at the well woman exam. We generally start the pap smears at age 21 unless there is a concern sooner. But at least at age 21 we do the pap smear testing. And depending on your age and your history, sometimes we also add the HPV testing as well, which is the human papillomavirus. And if there's any concerns with either one of those tests, then we generally bring you back to the office to discuss.
What are some of the symptoms or the signs of cervical cancer that people should be on the lookout?
Unfortunately, cervical cancer is generally asymptomatic when a person is diagnosed. So they generally don't even know anything's wrong most commonly, which is why it's so important to be screened. However, if a woman does have symptoms of cervical cancer, it can be irregular or heavy bleeding or bleeding after intimacy. Other times, some women will have some abnormal discharge as well.
What are some of the preventative steps that can be taken to prevent having to deal with this?
We have really great options now. One of them is the HPV vaccine, that human papillomavirus vaccine that has been approved, which can help prevent women from getting the HPV strain, which then go on to cause cervical cancer. And then otherwise, the pap smear is a wonderful test that we have that helps screen women for cervical cancer.
As far as treatments, what can be done to help out?
So if a woman is diagnosed with cervical cancer, they are generally referred on to a gynecologist oncologist, and there's many different treatment options, whether that be surgery, chemo, or radiation if needed.
You're still trying to prevent as much as possible, so when should people get screened?
Women should be screened for cervical cancer at least at age 21, if not sooner, like I said, if concerns arise. And then at age 21, it's generally every couple of years, depending on their history, up until generally in women in their mid to late 60s can then discuss whether or not they want to continue to have cervical cancer screening done or not with their gynecologist.
Dr. Steins, thanks so much for lending your expertise.
Thank you so much.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Back here in Norfolk, Elijah Mosher alongside Nate Bope. Let's take a look at our key players before we get to the starting lineups between Norfolk and Fremont. First off, it's Norfolk and the dangerous midfielder. She's not starting tonight because it is senior night, and Coach Mather wants to start all of his seniors. They are looking at Yancy Lamonta, who's one of the team's top scorers while leading her team in assists. Nate, what can you tell me about her?
I mean, she is just the workhorse in this midfield. She is the sort of director of traffic. She loves to move the ball. And she really is a phenomenal player to watch. Good job at orchestrating her offense.
And then we're going to get to the Fremont's key player and kickoff, but right now we will step aside for the national anthem.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
Back here at Veterans Memorial Field, they're going to go over starting lineups on the field before we get to kickoff between Norfolk and Fremont. But first, Nate, we got to get to our key player for Fremont, and that's a senior forward who leads her team with 7 goals at this point in the season. That's almost a goal a game. Emma Deers, what do you know about her?
Yeah, and she has a phenomenal back line that can help her at preventing putting goals in the other net, but she's going to get a challenge today. Fremont's back line is one to watch, but watch out for this Panthers back line. They have a tough task today because Emma Deers is dynamic when the ball gets off her foot and with the ball at her feet as well.
All right, so those are our key players. Just a reminder, for Norfolk, it's Yancy Lamonta. So I guess now is a good time to go over our starting lineups with them going right here in-house. Leading off for Fremont in goal, Jenna McLean, another senior, and defender Rachel Wagman for Fremont. Then you got the senior defender Ava Rasmussen, a freshman on the defensive side, Chloe Cole, a freshman also in the midfield. You got Sarah Corona Duran. Then you got the freshman Anika Gildo, the junior Annalise Bigsby, a senior, and Cecilie Barcenes. Then another freshman, Ambar Ventura Mehi, and then Mara Fiskus and Emma Deers round out the forward, a freshman-senior combo. And what I see here, Nate, is a lot of freshmen in that starting lineup.
Yeah, but they're very, very good, especially the two freshmen in this back line playing defense. But this is also a very deep team. They can go deep into their bench, and I know they have some players unavailable today for Fremont, but this is a very, very deep team. They can really strike you from anywhere. When a starter comes off, you can't say, okay, now it's time to relax. You got to keep your foot on the gas pedal.
All right, now taking a look at the starting lineup for Norfolk as announced in-house. In goal, Hannah Warner, senior goalkeeper. Then we're going to look at that back line. They play a 4-3-3 formation. You got Harper Fossum on that left side. She's a sophomore. Then two senior center backs, Ava Landman and Cargan Dole. And then out that right back, you got Adeline Olderbing, who was a midfielder, converted to a defender. Then you look at the midfielder, Yancy Lamata. Instead of her in that midfield tonight, it's Alexa Brown. Then you also got Jason Petty and Lolly Montalvo, a couple other seniors. Then that front line of Cheyenne Olson, London Brank, and Haley Wacker. Those are your starting lineups. They're going to do some handshakes, and we can get this thing rolling, Nate.
Yeah, absolutely. Senior day. I mean, my soccer predictions were pretty good on the boys' side, so we'll see if they keep the same thing on the girls' side. I think we're going to see two seniors put goals in the back of the net today.
All right, we're going bold. We're picking two seniors to score goals here tonight, and it's a beautiful night. Can we just say that enough? It's been one of those weeks where we've had 40s and 50s, but we got a beautiful 69 degrees and sunny tonight.
Yeah, and it is gorgeous. What very little wind there is going to be blowing right to left, maybe a little bit in towards us here up in the press box even, but, I mean, the wind just feels gorgeous as well. It's a gorgeous breeze, a gorgeous day. I can't think of better weather for a soccer game, can you?
Soft little 10-mile-per-hour wind. That's beautiful as well. 40 minutes on the clock, 2 40-minute halves. Fremont's going right to left, Norfolk left to right. They're taking the field right now. And Norfolk's coach and Kyle Mather said, losing last night's pretty tough, but the best way to get over it and the positive way to look at it is you got another chance to get at a W tonight.
Yeah, that's the kind of the double-edged sword with a back-to-back is you're coming off a loss, but then you have to get ready for another game. You don't have time to hang your head and worry about what you did wrong. You just got to get to doing right.
They also get to start out on offense as first with the kickoff on the far side of the field. You can see Jason Petty and Norfolk's already going to work in that offensive third in that far corner. And then across is going to go behind the back line, and we got an early goal kick. And so we'll get to see Jenna McLean kick this one away.
Fremont's in a 4-4-2. They got 4 defenders, 4 midfielders, 2 forwards. That allows them to get a ton of numbers back defensively. Again, it's going to be really hard for Norfolk to get anything past that defensive front today, but a lot of those midfielders as well, when you have a 4-4-2, they can push into the attacking front and get numbers up front in the attack. Again, as I said, though, Norfolk's backline pretty solid, too, holding a slight test right there early.
Yeah, Fremont's going to have a throw-in front of the Norfolk bench. Try to see if they can get some work going offensively early on. Throw in over the head and taken away by Dole. So Norfolk going to start out here, try to keep moving forward. Right at midfield, crossover. And we're going to play pass around the midfield here to start things off. Obviously, early on in the game. Here we go. Here's an opportunity. Skipping past that back line. Nice and slowed up by that Fremont defense on that far side. As Norfolk brings it back down to the near end with Montalvo. Norfolk holding possession. And then the pass up ahead. Try to get that through ball. There's the connection, the crossover, deflected out of bounds, and we got ourselves an early corner kick for Norfolk.
Yeah, I feel like they can be a little bit crisper on their attack. Nothing super dangerous, but, hey, they're doing enough to keep it on the right side of the field if you're a Panther fan.
All right, got a Norfolk corner kick coming from this far end. See this one, Sky in near side. Not much of a challenge for McLean, who scoops that one right on up.
Yeah, and sometimes you see Fremont do this. They play fast.
And they went right out and fast, and then a challenge by Olderbling. And here you see a replay of that right here.
Boom. Collision.
A hard collision here early on. Refs letting them play on. As we're going to see a joust for the ball here at midfield. Passed up in front, and that's Wacker. And she's going to lose the ball out of bounds in front of her own team's bench. And Fremont's going to scoop this run right up for the throw-in just 3 minutes into this game.
See if Fremont can actually get some good passing here going. Well, as I was about to say, we're yet to really see Fremont get some good passing in, and Norfolk doing a good job at crowding the throw-in area, making it hard to get someone open, but Fremont's taking a lot of early risk here with their attacks.
Fremont trying to keep that ball moving forward. Gildo with it right now. Knocked away by Fossum. Norfolk trying to move that ball forward. Here comes Wacker on the attack, but she's going to be ruled offsides, and that'll be the first offsides of the night, and that's something we might see a lot on the Norfolk side with that high press defensive line that Fremont plays with.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a good idea. I like the chip over to try to get a run at it. That's, I think, what Norfolk's going to have to do to be successful offensively today, but Fremont does such a good job in that offsides trap.
Rasmussen with the free kick, and now we're going to see Deers come flying in on the backside, and we're going to have a throw-in for Fremont in their attacking third.
Ava Landman with, just smart play, get the ball out, get your troops up front, and get ready to play some defense.
Barcenas and Bigsby all in on the ball right now for Fremont, but it's the play of Montalvo who gets it out for Norfolk. Norfolk's going to get this ball out of their defensive third and move back up by Rasmussen. Good play for the ball here on the near side.
Fremont, a defender shorter than what they usually play with. I believe she's back in formation now. They dropped to 3 defenders to try to get some numbers in the attacking front. It didn't prove to have much of a chance.
Throwing out for Fremont over the head of everybody in the area. Deers came flying in, but Norfolk able to hold possession of the ball.
Probably going to say that a lot today, Elijah. Deers come flying in. She is speedy.
And now the first action of the night for Werner, who comes in, scoops the ball up. A senior goalkeeper for this Norfolk team who's battled some injury earlier this season. The freshman Jocelyn Keener came in handy whenever Werner was out with that knee injury, and good to see her back in for senior night.
Another easy test.
Werner going to drop kick this one towards midfield. Scooped right up on Gildo. Loses the ball to Petty, and now Montalvo. Going to try to move that up to that north side of the field where Olsen was, but too far ahead of her, and Fremont's going to move quickly with the throw-in. Another throw-in incoming for Norfolk, and now we're just over 6 minutes into this one. A lot of what we kind of expected, a lot of midfield play, 2 solid back lines too.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Fremont's having a little bit more, or I should say Norfolk, my apologies. I think Norfolk is having a little bit more success in their idea and how they want to attack the opposing defense. We know Fremont can get it done, but right now they're proving to be a little too reliant, I believe, on Emma Deers, while right now Fremont just trying to push this ball deep.
The fun thing in my mind watching this is now you see Olsen on that far side pass in, and we're going to have an early shot go to the left of the net, so it'll be a goal kick for Fremont. But we're seeing Norfolk and Fremont both attack with the left side of their offenses.
Absolutely.
For Norfolk, it's Olsen. For Fremont, it's Deers.
Yeah, and the one time that we did see an attack try to get started on the right side, it was just a classic Fremont offsides trap.
So now Fremont trying to move the ball forward. Here comes the speedy freshman Fiskus, but Norfolk gets back there in time, and they'll start working forward again. Ball moved ahead. I don't think there's the offsides flag, and that's the second offsides of the night. Norfolk's going to be keeping their eye on that back line of Fremont all night long.
They're going to have to be really, really smart because, yet again, you just play your defenders a little higher than they should be. Call an offsides trap. It's going to lead the attackers to think they can go a little bit deeper than they can. Nope, you're caught in an offsides position.
Already a couple of great shots from our Meade Lumber instant replay by our crew here on the field. Early discussion between the referee and one of his ARs, so see what that discussion's about, and we'll play on.
Could it be about the offsides, do you think?
Very well could be. Oftentimes, especially in high school, you see those referees and their ARs. Sometimes those ARs are referees in learning, and so sometimes the referee may see something else. Educate the AR as the game goes along.
Always good to see that, though.
Warner with the drop kick to midfield. And on that far side, see Fremont hold possession with Barcenas.
A lot of long passes here for Fremont, yeah? Try to get something a little shorter, get your rhythm going, and then try to force it deeper into the attacking zone.
Betty with a throw-in on the far side for Norfolk. This first half brought to you by Yankton Medical Clinic of Norfolk. At Yankton Medical Clinic, we are building a legacy one patient at a time, one generation at a time, from family practice to expert specialists. We're here for you today and every day. Thanks to Yankton Medical Clinic for sponsoring our first half as we got a free kick for Norfolk. Comes right on in, and we're going to see a battle for possession on that offensive third, won by Fremont. And Deere's going to work here trying to turn the possession around. But there's Landman, the senior defender. And we're going to see Landman again. Pass to Montalvo. A battle at midfield for controlled possession of the ball. Norfolk, another throw in.
Watch the offsides again.
No offsides flag this time, and it's going to go out of bounds off of Rasmussen, the senior defender. Pass inside the box. The other one. Montalvo's going to head it over, and Fiskus is going to try and play it. Norfolk holds on to possession at midfield. Here on the near side. Pass up to the middle. Here's an opportunity for Norfolk with Brink. Brink with the pass over. This is Olsen on that left side. Pushes it back inside, and then a diving McLean will scoop the ball right on up.
Boy, Fremont, if they keep showing some tired legs out here early, I think they might still be trying to find their legs. Here's another look at that. Cross inside, just no one in the area. A little bit of a late run by the attacking player.
And here comes Deers on the other direction. Norfolk gets a challenge in and managed to get a goal kick out of it. In fact, it looks like we're going to have an offsides call for Fremont.
But again, Elijah, as I was saying, I mean, you can feel free to agree or disagree, but it looks like Fremont's got some tired legs out there. They're not really hawking to the ball. I'd like to see, for as good as the back line is, be more aggressive.
Both teams definitely looking to get their engine started here, for lack of better words, better analogy here in Norfolk. But Norfolk charging on that far side, and we're going to have a foul given the way of the Panthers, and they'll have a free kick.
There's the aggression ramping up just a little bit.
Quick free kick for Norfolk as well. It goes right by Montalvo. And Fremont's going to see if they can get a counterattack, especially with that 4-4-2 formation that they're working with here, Nate. They're not going to see a lot of controlled offense. Their offense is going to come off of the counterattack.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what they rely on as well. So it plays directly into the hands of what this team wants to do.
The through ball up for Brink. Brink wasn't going after it. She might have thought she was offsides, but here's Brink again. She comes up with the ball after all, and then it's won by Fremont. Definitely looked like a better opportunity than it played out to be.
Yeah, still might have been in a slight offsides position, but that might confirm my hypothesis as to what the referee and AR were talking about.
Here's Brink trying to slide past a defender, and McLean comes sliding in again to scoop up the ball.
Nothing super dangerous yet, but Norfolk is ramping up the pressure here. I think we're going to start to see some really good chances momentarily if they keep this up.
Now on the backside, it's Dole. And there's, once again, Emma Deers making her name said again as she keeps finding a way to come up with the ball.
Yeah, she is the dynamic driving force in this offense. Right there, she needed some help and didn't get it.
Petty trying to move the ball forward, but McLean was so slid up. She comes right up, kicks that out, and we haven't had a stoppage in quite some time. Speaking of which, there's the throw in for Norfolk, and there's the substitutions. I was just about to mention that, Nate.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a fairly fast-paced game here, not in terms of how the teams are playing, but just how the tempo is moving along here. Not a lot of dead balls, a lot of quick throw-ins, quick free kicks.
And the reason I bring that up is Kira McDermott checks in for Fremont, but in for Norfolk, our key player, Yancy Lamanta, checks into the game for Alexa Brown. Keep an eye on her, number 45, in that midfield.
Yeah, she is, again, the director, the conductor, the driving force. She can defend, she can attack. Boy, there's a hard challenge, nothing called.
Just a play on from the referee as McDermott went down, and we had a Fremont throw-in on that offensive side, and now another substitution for Fremont with 25.5 minutes to go in the first half.
This is a great opportunity for Fremont to get their their first true chance at net.
The pass back. Bigsby trying to look inside, and Werner scoops it right on up.
Pretty easy there. Again, nothing too dangerous, but sometimes throwing something at the net, good thing.
Norfolk going to scoop the ball right back up, try to move it out of the danger zone as they kick that ball back towards midfield. Bigsby again with the ball taken away by Montalvo, who's been very impressive in the midfield early on from Norfolk.
She is probably put the most miles out of anyone and has got it right now.
Just lost the ball to Fremont, as now we're seeing Gildo move it up to Bigsby.
And she showed some frustration there, too. I don't know if it was a teammate or with the side official.
Montalvo with the header, kicked out by Bigsby. Now it's Dane on the attack. Keeps winning that ball for the other direction. And Fremont's holding on to that ball right about their attacking third line. And Bigsby with the pass up and going to be scooped right on up by Werner. Werner's going to wait for everything to clear out and drop kicks that one right back to midfield. And we are 16 minutes through the first half. No scores yet. Norfolk with the chances early on. Fremont with a good offensive possession just now.
Again, we haven't seen anything super golden in terms of opportunities quite yet, but I got a good feeling, especially for Norfolk. Momentum has kind of died just a little bit, but if they can keep it up, I think they're going to get some really good chances here at the closing stage of the half.
Petty with a shot. That one sails to the right, and it'll be another goal kick up and coming for McLean. Neither team with a shot on goal yet. Still very early, but I have a feeling once those start coming, they're going to be pouring in.
Oh, yeah. This just feels like one of those games, right? As soon as you start to get stuff towards the net, it's not going to stop. We're going to have a lot to talk about.
Battle at midfield. Fremont steps up, takes that ball away. That's Fiskus trying to play it up for Deers, and that's where Landman steps up for Norfolk in the defense.
Again, that's where You want to try to create something big right away, but I'd like to see a little bit more patience, just like that. That's a gorgeous pass.
Fiskus working on the near side with Lamonta. Pass back to Bigsby. Bigsby now looking for that cross inside, goes over the head of Dole and scooped right up by Werner.
I think that's the best attack Fremont's had so far. Again, it wasn't super pretty, nothing too dangerous, but just being able to form that chemistry, get your legs, get your offense going, I think that was the best attack they've had.
And that we've seen a couple times now for both sides as Brink's now going to try and make a play on the ball, but Fremont holds on strong defensively, where it looks like the play on the ball is just one attacker in the right place away from being able to put a ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, and we've seen that on both sides, and often it's just been getting someone to fly towards the net in the center part of that field.
Couple of substitutions coming for Norfolk, one on the side of Fremont, as it looks like Deers is going to get a rest on the offensive side. Throw in for Norfolk here on the far side of the field. Cross inside. That one's going to go over the heads as a hard-charging Panther makes a play on the ball. And we're going to have a foul come here on the Norfolk side. Maybe a push from the backside, giving Fremont this free kick.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit too aggressive there from Greta Olberding, who has checked in. Maybe just a little bit. I liked the challenge, but the official clearly saw something that I didn't.
Now the pass back up the field for Dennis, and it's going to be skied away by McLean. Another hard charge forward as now Magna Lopez makes a play on the ball, turned around by that Norfolk defense. Hard charging on the other side. Here's an opportunity and a shot, and it is in. That's Kendall Dennis, the sophomore. And Norfolk goes up 1-0 here early on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard.
Right at just about the halfway mark. Again, I don't have to tell you that's the best opportunity because it resulted in a goal. Just a nice little pass here. Again, Fremont not being, I think, aggressive enough trying to pursue that ball. Sometimes you got to take a chance. And in my opinion, because they didn't, leads to a goal for the Panthers. They're on the board first.
1-0, 20 minutes into the game. And Nate, that's exactly what Norfolk wanted. They finally found some offense.
Yeah, and they had by far had the better attacks than Fremont up to that point. Just a nice little touch on that ball to split the defense, and there was no one in between Dennis and the goalkeeper and McLean. And usually, I'd say about 94 out of 100 times, the attacker is going to win that one. Or at least should win that one. Again, more midfield play. Another offside trap, maybe? No. Well, here goes Norfolk again.
Olberding tried to cross it over. And it looks like it's going to be a corner kick here for Norfolk.
Seems like Norfolk has figured out a way to beat this offsides trap. And if you beat an offside trap, Elijah, again, when your defenders are sliding up a little farther than they should be to try to draw the offside, that could lead to some very dangerous chances for the opposing offense.
Lamonta with the corner kick inside, shouldered away by a Tiger. And the battle for the ball can be won by Fremont. Norfolk trying to move that ball back inside as we approach the final 19 minutes of the first half. A first half in which is sponsored by John Henry's, Our family
Uh-oh.
serving yours and serving the Panthers. It's Dennis again with a couple of feisty shots on goal, but they're going to call those back with an offsides.
Yeah, Fremont got the whistle they wanted that time.
I thought for a second I was going to have a perfect sponsor read into a goal transition, but
That would've
not
been awesome.
quite.
That
that was
would've been
so
awesome.
close.
Look at it again there. That's just an outstanding senior keeper in Jenna McLean making an outstanding save. Again, don't know even if she did and if it would have mattered too much because the offside flag went up, but heck of an effort nonetheless.
That was the third offsides of the first half for Norfolk. Fremont doing an excellent job trapping those Norfolk attackers. And now they're trying to find some offense of their own after Norfolk just scored their first goal tonight.
Again, you can see it when they have possession of the ball. Their back line is very far front. There are not many defenders just slacking back on defense. They get up and they really press the Panthers forward.
McLean has scooped the ball up for Fremont. Going to drop kick it here to put it back in play. Coming in is Landman. Moves the ball forward. Olderbling trying to get to Dennis. Dennis ahead of the game again, and McLean has to make the save.
Well, I know it's senior day and we're trying to let the seniors shine light, but boy, how about the sophomore today? She has been flying in that attacking front, Elijah.
Dennis has been very impressive since she's come off the bench, giving some time for starter London Brink a breather, but already several high-caliber chances.
Even putting one in the back of the net.
Another battle the other direction is going to be won by Norfolk. As you saw tumbling to the ground was Magana Lopez. But here comes Norfolk the other direction. Chasing her down is Fiskus. They're going to tangle up. The referee says play on, and Fiskus is going to dump it off to the side for a Norfolk throw-in. And so now we're going to have substitutions as well, but what a sequence of events we just saw there.
Yeah, again, that we're seeing this a lot today. Don't know if they're quite challenges, but just sort of entanglement of shoelaces happening down there, it seems like. The feet getting caught between each other.
And that's soccer. We like to see the referee say play on. A throw-in headed away by Fremont. And the chase is back on for the ball. Pass backwards. Lamonta going to pick it up here for Norfolk. Norfolk in that attacking third on that outside flank. The pass inside going to be kicked away for another Norfolk throw-in.
Yeah, Lamonta trying to start something there. And
now we're going to get a goal kick from Fremont. 15:40 left in the first half, as Norfolk currently leads Fremont 1-0 on this Friday night girls soccer matchup on News Channel Nebraska. Glad you are with us. Elijah Mosier alongside Nate Bope, as we have a Fremont goal kick incoming. And it's going to be taken by the senior defender, Rasmussen.
good strike.
Now moving up the field, it's Bauman who has it taken away by Fremont. Now the pass ahead from Barcenas is going to track to Dole, and Dole is going to move it to the near side with Fossum.
And that's what I mean, Elijah, by just trying to be a little bit more patient on these attacks from Fremont. They're trying to get the ball up the field, which is a good idea. It's a great thing. You want to try to do that, but when there's no one up the field, you're wasting a possession, and you're giving it right back to a team in Norfolk that's got a lot of offensive momentum.
Another foul on Fremont will give LaMotta a free kick right about midfield. 50 yards out from the goal line. Slides one right in. Beautiful pass. And there's another goal on the night. It's a brace for Kendall Dennis, but they're calling it back. It was offsides.
Wow.
And it will stay 1-0.
Hopefully we can get a good look at that offsides again. Fremont likes to trap it. What a beautiful pass, though, from LaMonta. Oh, maybe started her run a little bit early, Elijah. That's a close call.
Very hard to tell. And the one thing I'm going to tell you right now, the only one with a definitive look is that AR right on the field.
Absolutely. So, not going to argue it one bit.
Stays 1-0. Kendall Dennis, two very great opportunities, both called back to offsides. Fremont doing exactly what they want with that offsides trap.
They just got to transition it and try to force some takeaways and transition it into their offense a little bit better, I think. They have not really had the best of chances.
McLean steps up once again. Scoops up the ball for the Tigers. Approaching the final 13 minutes of this first half. One that Norfolk has seen go the way that they want, minus those offsides call that have prevented a couple more goals being on that scoreboard. But, Nate, I don't know if you'd agree with me on this, but Norfolk's definitely come alive as this half has gone on.
I do agree with you. They're getting a lot better chances the more and more they push into that attacking third. And, again, they are just limiting Fremont either. I do want to give credit where credit is due to this midfield and back line. They're just not letting Fremont get much of anything. And I talked about how Fremont, with the 4-4-2, it allows you to get more numbers up in the attacking front. We just haven't seen that out of the Tigers so far.
What we are about to see is a free kick from Fremont. That one comes on in, and it's going to be knocked away by Dole for a Fremont win on. Substitute. Here comes the throw in for the Tigers. Looking for Fiskus, headed away by Norfolk, and it'll be another Fremont win. Fremont looking for some momentum after giving up the first goal of the game. And here could be an opportunity. Fremont with a shot on the net, saved by Werner.
Again, a much better opportunity. That one came from just outside, if not maybe just inside the box. But want to see them push in the attacking third a little bit more.
Ball won by Barcenas. Here on the near side, knocked out of bounds by Dennis. And now we'll have another throw in for Fremont. Headed back, Barcenas with the boot upfield. And that's going to track out of bounds for a Norfolk goal kick.
Elijah, being the color commentator I am, I'll put some color on the commentary. I'm hearing from some Fremont fans out there, and they don't like the Norfolk physicality, Elijah. And I think I'm just going to tell them right here, you got to be more physical. You got to push up and challenge the challenges.
Lamanna with the free kick. It goes over the head of Wagman. And it's going to be a Norfolk throw in here on the near side. Physicality is going to be a part of the game as long as the referee allows it. That's what I'll tell you with your comment there, Nate. And also, you got one referee to manage 22 players. You have a couple of ARs, but sometimes you're going to miss things as well.
Oh, for sure. I like it, though. I like it when if a referee is going to allow physicality like that. I mean, setting the standard early, some of the hard challenges have not necessarily been whistled. A couple entanglement of shoelaces that have looked a little bit worse than they actually are.
And now back on that far side, knocked out of bounds by Olberding.
And just to add on to that point even more, I think it's been a fairly cleanly played game, Elijah.
I agree as we approach the final 9 minutes of the first half. Throw in for Fremont in front of their own bench. Trying to find Dine off that throw in. Knocked back by Norfolk. Battle for the ball continues on. Trickles out of bounds once again. Fiskus with the throw in. Try to keep things moving quickly. Crossover. Chase for the ball. Going to be won by Dole. She successfully kicks it out of bounds, and now Fremont headed the other direction. The cross inside. Warner is there to scoop up that ball once again. Well, we are 8.5 minutes until the halftime break, and when we get there, don't go anywhere. We got a halftime show coming up by Insurance 365, the healthcare specialist you want to do business with, and visit Kearney. Find it all in Kearney.
How was your drive up from Kearney today?
It was fantastic. I mean, you can find it all in Kearney. Wonderful place to be. And now we're going to find a throw-in for Norfolk on that far side of the field. Find a little cross inside, and Fremont's going to try to move that ball outside. Dennis, the pass over for inside, scooped up by McLean.
I think Fremont can be a little bit better with their first touches as well. When they have the opportunity to push it into the attacking third, I think they're maybe going a little too fast, playing a little too risky early on in the attack, but I also think they can settle that soccer ball down and really take their time here. You're playing from a goal back, especially with how much time is left on the clock, about 7 minutes in this half and another 40. You can be a little bit patient with your attacks at this point. Eventually, you'll have to start ramping it up, but right now, you can slow it down a bit. Wait for a really good opportunity.
Petty keeping a hold of that ball right now for Norfolk. A little bit of a somersault as Fremont heads the other direction with the ball at the foot of Bigsby. And now we're going to see the foul called by a hard challenge on that far side by Karana Duran, and that's going to give Lamonta a free kick with Norfolk.
Well, again, the physicality has been part of the game, but the referee says that's a little too physical. So now starting to set where that bar is at.
Lamonta, deep free kick right on the net, and McLean, he's a little bit of a challenge, just like a fly ball in baseball, and Fremont set it the other direction. Here comes Fiskus. Fiskus tangles up with Landman. We have a whistle for a foul on Fremont and Fiskus. Fremont fans aren't going to be too happy with it, and Norfolk's going to get a free kick out of it.
Elijah, I don't blame him. I am not one to argue with officiating, but I do not agree with that call. I think Landman undercut the likes of Fiskus there on that play, and it stopped the attack prematurely.
Lamonta with the free kick for Norfolk.
Obviously, the official would have seen something that I did not.
It's also harder in that position whenever you have the AR for that side of the field on the far end versus the near side. Here comes a hard-charging Fiskus past Landman. It's a one-on-one, and Fremont has tied the game. That's the freshman, Mara Fiskus, with the tying goal.
Well, it worked out for Fremont that time, didn't it? They love to make those solo runs to the net, and that time you get a speedy freshman forward out in front. Beats everybody on that Panther back line, maybe caught a touch out of position, but what a run, what a goal from Fiskus, and boy, did the Tigers need that one. Level at one. Boy, this has the makings for a good one, Elijah.
That it does, Nate, and big goal right there. That is the second goal of the season for Fiskus.
Hard to believe it's only the second. She is very, very fast with the ball at her feet and put forth just a textbook attack on how you split the defense.
Norfolk already hard charging on the other end as they lose the ball out of bounds for a Fremont throw-in. .435 to go here in this first half. A 1-1 ball game, 20 20th minute goal scored by Kendall Dennis. And we just had Mara Fiskus come running through the field to tie this game up. Those are both the goals scored so far in this game, but there's been several other opportunities. And this is the moment where Norfolk starts thinking about all those offsides calls that they face. That's taken back a goal, if not, or if.
And now Fremont is really starting to take advantage of their turnover game and forcing those turnovers and being something coming the other end.
Lamonta, another through ball. This one looking for Olderbing. It's going to be free. The crossover blocked. As on that defensive side, Rachel Wagman, senior center back, knocks that ball away. Does a fantastic job for that Fremont defense.
Well, now you see Fremont playing a little far up there. Both of their forwards, and Fiskus and Deers, are way over on the other side of the field, just expecting that sort of long Hail Mary pass to come at them. And it worked out for him on the goal. I think I would be remiss to say it will probably work for them again if they can get it done the same way they did the last one.
Alberdine now with the ball off of a long through ball from Lamonta. Alberdine plays that off of a Fremont defender. It'll be a Norfolk throw in here on the near side as the clock keeps winding down.
Mass substitution here to what I would only assume close out the first half as far as substitutions for the Panthers. And they got a lot of numbers here in this attacking chance.
Ball once again poked out of bounds on that near side by Bigsby. Throw-in coming for Norfolk, and they lose it out for a Fremont goal kick. And Fremont, with that momentum that they have, they may be looking for one more chance here in the final 2 minutes, Nate.
Yeah, before I touch on that, I do just want to say I think Norfolk went a little too fast with that throw-in, but besides the point now, yeah, you're absolutely correct. I mean, the way that you build on momentum, you just keep hitting the I'm looking for a certain analogy here. It's just not coming to mind, but you just keep pushing, you keep trying to get into that attacking third, and you generate the best opportunities you can.
Norfolk wins the ball here at midfield, and coming up on our halftime show, the halftime highlights, which are brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers, stunning engagement collections, exceptional diamonds, and dazzling gemstones. And Sartor Heyman, thanks to them for sponsoring our halftime highlights here tonight from Norfolk, where we got ourselves a 1-1 ball game with just over 1 minute to go in the first half. Fremont, they're on the offensive side. That's Deers who has the ball poked away. Here's Fiskus on the near side with the ball.
Fiskus can play in the midfield too, and they look like they've dropped her back there. Look for her to make a run.
Barcenas tried to pick that ball through for Gildo, and it's going to go out of bounds. It'll be a Fremont throw, and they're going to try and hurry it up as we approach the final 30 seconds. Cross in for Dane, scooped up by Werner. And with 30 seconds to go, this is where Norfolk said they're going to make a quick attack or try to slow things down for the halftime break.
Well, the numbers right now are not necessarily in any attacking team's favor. Man, the official is letting a lot go today, Elijah. The official on the far side was waving his flag. But our head official said nothing warranting of a foul.
And that will be how we hit the halftime break as well, Nate. It is 1-1 between Norfolk and Fremont. Norfolk, the early 20th minute goal. Fremont with the response of the 35th minute. We're now entering the halftime break. We'll be back. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
A body in motion stays in motion. until you feel that muscle tighten, that sharp pain you didn't expect, and suddenly you're stopped in your tracks. KRT helps you get back in action with all natural pain relief in just minutes. Don't get sidelined by muscle cramps. Stay in the game with KRT.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. Central Nebraska Orthopedic, dedicated to the motion of life. And by Southeast Community College. Head to southeast.edu and discover your path to possible.
Liberty First Credit Union. It's for you. You live in Nebraska or the surrounding states? Then it's for you. Want to earn cash back on your transactions? Then it's for you. Are you ready to start banking with purpose? Then Liberty First Credit Union? It's for you. We're not your typical credit union. We support you with personalized banking that's open to everyone. Start banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. We're for you.
Did you know that Teammates Mentoring is the largest school-based mentoring program in the nation? But we still need your help. Over 500 students are waiting for a mentor like you. Meeting with a student just once a week in school can make a positive impact on their life by providing a sense of hope and helping them to reach their full potential. So what are you waiting for? Head over to teammates.org today to learn more about how you can get involved. Join the team. Be a mentor.
Pain can affect every aspect of your life. Chronic back, neck, nerve, and other pain can make work feel impossible, stop you from doing the activities you enjoy, and can even lead to stress and trouble sleeping. If you are dealing with pain for an extended amount of time and are struggling to do normal, day-to-day tasks, turn to Dr. Balkaya or Dr. Prince at Faith Regional Physician Services to help you find relief. When you're experiencing chronic pain, finding the source of the pain is our first step. Our specialists use a wide range of diagnostic tests to determine how to control or manage your pain. You can expect us to discuss your goals, preferences, and lifestyle to create a treatment plan that uses innovative and safe techniques. You deserve to enjoy a pain-free life. Take the next step. Visit frpsclinics.org to meet our pain management specialists.
Hey, sports fans.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Currency is here to help. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. And by Heritage at Fountain Point, redefining senior living with a steadfast commitment to comfort, compassion, and dignity. Heritage at Fountain Point in Norfolk. Living better.
Looking for expert general contracting? Ashoff Construction of Osmond has you covered. Whether it's agricultural storage, commercial office spaces, retail warehouses, or concrete work, they do it all. Their AGI Sentinel buildings are built to protect your crops and assets, and their skilled team manages everything from design to completion. Get a free estimate today. Call Scott or Dylan at 402-748-3551 or visit ashoffconstruction.com.
Need relief from pain or support for recovery? Don't just see anyone, see the trainer. From bracing to home health and rehab products, they provide the right solutions to keep you moving. Whether it's a chronic condition or sudden injury, their expert team will help you find the perfect fit. With a wide range of in-stock orthopedic, sports medicine, or rehabilitation products, See the Trainer is dedicated to improving your quality of life. Visit the professionals at See the Trainer in Columbus, Lincoln, Omaha, Bellevue, and North Platte.
It's halftime here in Norfolk at Veterans Memorial Field. 1-1 between Norfolk and Fremont. Let's take a look at our halftime highlights, brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers, stunning engagement collections, exceptional diamonds, and dazzling gemstones. Beautiful night here in Norfolk. Beautiful sunny skies as we're going to see a diving Jenna McLean make a save early on the Norfolk attack. Move right back on. Norfolk was aggressive early on, had some chances. And here we go. It's Dennis to the left side of the net. Pushes it past McLean for the first goal of the game in the 20th minute. Here's Dennis again. Another couple of great chances. This one was called back due to offsides. But Norfolk, they had the pressure on early. Here's Lamenta again. It goes to Dennis, and Dennis pushes the ball past McLean. Another one would be called back to offsides. One of 4 offsides called on Norfolk in that first half. Now Fremont on the other side trying to get past Werner. They eventually did. Fiskus in the 35th minute to tie up the game, but that's how we get to 1-1 at halftime. And Nate, it's been a good one.
Yeah, it has been a good one. The physicality, I think you're going to see ramp up in the second half of play here. I think both teams are going to be a little bit more physical. And like you mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Elijah, once those shots start flying towards the net, we're going to see a lot of them. I think a lot of physicality, a lot of chances in both teams attacking thirds. Again, my soccer prediction, the senior one, we can throw that aside for right now. I have a new one for you. I think each team is not done scoring. I think we're going to get some more in here. I think it's going to end up being a pretty fun second half, but we'll get away from the prediction train for a second. Again, this has been a very well-played game. I think both teams could be a little crisper, a little bit more fluent in what they're trying to do offensively. For Fremont, keep forcing those offside traps, but maybe have your defense slide back just a little bit to try to prevent some of those deep runs that Norfolk has made all game long. And for the Norfolk defense, I mean, those long runs to the net are what just helps this Fremont team flow. As long as they prevent those, I think they're going to be all right.
All right, talking about flow, adding some new flow to Central Nebraska. You got the Kearney Sportsplex. They just had their ribbon cutting last night. They are wide open, and it is owned by the city of Kearney. And it features a 59,000 square foot gym featuring 8 regulation high school basketball courts or up to 12 volleyball courts, 4 pickleball courts, a 3-lane running/walking track. But I want to talk about the 66,000 square foot premium turf field. They got customizable size soccer fields, 3 drop-down net batting cages. That place is nice, Nate.
Have you ever been in it? You gone in it yet?
Not quite, but I watched Michael Shively in his Facebook Live on the New Channel Nebraska Facebook page, his tour of it. Dave Greek, he went through the ribbon cutting last night, put out a nice article as well. Check all those out at newschannelnebraska.com. And it is a fantastic place. It is a game changer. UNK just held a tournament there earlier this week.
All right.
And so it is a fantastic place to be. Located directly off of Interstate 80, Kearney Sportsplex is a year-round, climate-controlled, multi-use premier athletic facility that can accommodate youth and adult sports tournaments, camps, leagues, and recreation programs. Find it all in Kearney, and find a lot of sports happening at the Kearney Sportsplex. But you know where you can find the second half? Right here on News Channel Nebraska. It's coming up, and it's coming up next.
Hey, sports fans. Heading to the big game tonight? Make sure you stop by Speedy Mart before you hit the stadium. Fuel up your car and grab your favorite snacks and drinks to keep your energy high. Whether it's chips, soda, or a quick meal, Speedy Mart has everything you need to kick off your game night right. Don't miss out. Swing by Speedy Mart for all your pre-game essentials.
Speedy Mart, snacks before the game.
The air inside your home can be 2 to 5 times more polluted than outside air. John Henry's priority is keeping your home safe and healthy for you and your family. Cleaning your home's air duct system is an important part of that goal. Our service professionals will clean your air ducts using top-of-the-line equipment that pulls air in reverse through the duct system, while using compressed air and agitation tools to remove unwanted particles. Once the air is discharged, it runs through 3 stages of filtration, leaving your air duct system restored and functioning cleaner than ever. Contact John Henry's today and schedule your steps to a healthier home.
The sun has set at Veterans Memorial Field here in Norfolk, but there is still plenty of game to play. The second half has just started here in Norfolk. Elijah Mosier alongside Nate Bope. Norfolk Fremont tied up at 1 apiece. Norfolk on the early attacking opportunities before we see this one cleared out by Wagman. Nate, this was a first half that was controlled a lot by Norfolk before we had that late counterattack goal from Fiskus. What are you expecting to see here in the second set of 40 minutes?
Well, I said it there in the halftime show, but if you're just getting back on your couch in front of your laptop, maybe after a quick restroom break, I'll say it again. I think the physicality is going to get ramped up. I think shots at the net like that one we're going to start seeing a lot more of. I think it's going to be a very tightly contested second half. I think whichever team is more physical and gets the better chances, meaning they flow in their offense better, I think that's the team that's going to come out on top today.
Throwing up and coming for Norfolk, but that shot taken by Mara Fiskus, who scored her second goal of the season in the 35th minute earlier here tonight. But here comes Norfolk on the attacking side with Cheyenne Olsen, who passed back to Malvado. The cross inside the box. Going to be chased down on the other end, and we're going to have a hard challenge by Haley Wacker, and it's going to lead to a Fremont free kick.
I know a thing or two, don't I? The physicality's ramping up in here. And good to see her stand up as well, because that was a very hard challenge.
Norfolk with the ball here at midfield, trying to turn the table on the possession here in the second half. So far, Fremont controlling the opening 2 minutes.
Well, this is a good opportunity, I should say, for Norfolk to try to change the momentum in their favor. But you're absolutely right, Elijah. It is the Tigers with all sorts of momentum right now, and that's very much so carrying over from the first 40 minutes.
Petty keeps the ball in on that near side. Moving up for Olsen. Olsen crosses it in for Brink. And it's cleared out and away by Rasmussen. Battle for the ball continuing at midfield. Cleared up ahead by Olberding. Good battle here early on in the second half. Still anyone's game here in Norfolk. Brink with the ball being pushed around by Fremont's back line. Now's Wacker on the far side for the Panthers. Tries to cross it in. Cleared on out by Wagman. Another opportunity up and coming for Norfolk. Wacker has the ball blocked by Fremont. It's going to be a corner kick.
So now the first real opportunity for the Panthers here in the second half.
Third corner kick of the night for Norfolk. Still none for Fremont. See if this is a chance here for Norfolk. It looks like it'll be London Brink, the junior, to take this one from the far side.
Interesting set piece formation right now. Can't wait to see what the idea is.
They fly on in. Bounces off of a lot of different people. And it's going to come on outside. And it'll be ruled a goal kick here for Fremont. Another big opportunity there for Norfolk as they came flying in on that set piece, but weren't able to make anything happen out of it.
Again, we'll see a replay of it right here. Absolutely love the idea. Everyone's spacing outside towards the outskirts of the box. They come flying in. Oh, just no one in the right place at the right time for the Panthers. Truly unfortunate.
Kevin giving us a great look down their field level with the Madison County Bank instant replay. Now here's Brink trying to move that ball forward. Moved on back as Fremont's trying to keep the momentum that they captured late in the first half going. Montfollow. The cross inside. Ball scoots right on by McLean, one of the two senior goalkeepers on the night. Petty wins the ball back here for Norfolk. As Norfolk, they keep getting to like that third part of the play. Just can't quite get to the finishing touches.
Yeah, and that's where the crispness really comes in, right? And the chemistry with your teammates, which you can clearly see both sides have. Both sides have a lot of chemistry with their teammates. It's just, I don't think it's all clicking quite yet. Or at least it hasn't for the most part tonight.
Ball moved inside to Brink, whose shot is going to be blocked. It'll be another corner kick for Brink to take for Norfolk here. 5 minutes down here in the second half. Under 35 to go in a 1-1 game. Corner kick from Brink comes in low. It's a ground ball. And it's going to go out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Fremont. Don't think she quite got the lift she was expecting.
No, for sure. And I probably like that set piece idea a little bit more than what Fremont did, or excuse me, than what Norfolk did on the last one. But just, again, to your point, couldn't get it up in the air. And even if the play was to keep that ball on the ground, which I definitely don't think it was not a well-struck ball.
Fremont and Deers coming back for the ball. Passes on back to Gildo. And they're going to try to move that into their offensive side before it's knocked away by Norfolk. Norfolk still battling in on this game, trying to get things pushed into that offensive attacking zone where they can pick up some bigger chances. Speaking of bigger chances, they lose that ball on that near side to a Fremont throw-in. Brink with the ball. Going to be looking for an opportunity to cross it. It comes sliding in, but no Panther there to pick it up at their feet. And McLean comes coming in to scoop the ball away. Ball finds its way back to that back line of Norfolk, and Landman's going to come up, move it to Monfallo. Monfallo trying to slide it through up for Olsen. Olsen's onside. Tries to cross it over once again. Nobody there. Olsen, another try for Brink. And it's going to come out for Olsen. Olsen back for Petty. Petty inside looking for Wacker. Still in play for Norfolk before it's finally cleared out by Fremont. Battle of the ones here on the near side. Going to be won by Fiskus. Fiskus versus Petty. And Fiskus has come up limping. And she's gone on down. Play keeps on going while Norfolk has possession. Olsen going to push it back. And we're going to have a time now. Fiskus in a lot of pain here on the near side.
Wonder if it might be cramping over here. I don't think it's anything too serious.
Deers has called over her coaching staff, and now we're going to see Coach Hoffman come on out to check on her young freshman. And we're going to take another look at it. I caught this one live as she was coming to that near sideline. She comes up, and that right calf just buckles on her. And she's going to be stretched out here on this near side by Deers before one of the athletic trainers takes on over. Clock stopped at 31:59. We'll take the break with them. We'll be back here on News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. And by See the Trainer with locations in Columbus, Lincoln, Omaha, Bellevue, and North Platte.
Women have a 1 in 8 chance for developing breast cancer. Early detection makes a difference. Beatrice Community Hospital's Imaging Center can help with the latest technology, from screening with 3D mammography, breast MRI, breast ultrasound, and breast biopsy. All services conveniently located in the BCH's Imaging Center. Schedule your screening today. Incredible care, incredibly close.
My name is Aaron Otten, and at Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, there really is a difference. At Elkhorn Valley Bank, we really strive to have the size and the capacity to take care of any customer's needs, but still give them that personalized local service. Decisions aren't made in a corporate headquarters in another state. They're made right here, and we think that's very important to our customers. Elkhorn Valley Bank, great for you, great for your community.
Fields Farms Communities. That's Farmers Pride. Our purpose is simple. We help farmers feed the world. We bring value to our communities by investing in what matters to people. Because we are from here, work here, and live here. We believe in cooperatives, locally owned, locally operated, and locally controlled. In the field, on your farm, in your community. That's Farmers Pride.
Fiskus was able to walk off the field on her own power at a drop ball to restart play here in Norfolk. Hopefully the young freshman is all right as she gets looked at on the Fremont bench. Right now we are in a 1-1 ball game with under 32 minutes remaining. Elijah Moshe alongside Nate Bope as Norfolk is going to lose possession. Actually, the referee's going to overrule his AR, and it'll be a Norfolk thrown on that far side. Norfolk still looking for their second goal tonight, Nate, even though they've had multiple opportunities.
Yeah, they really haven't had anything super golden here in the second half, though, have they? Again, the pressure of this Fremont defense is definitely ramping up, and I think it's getting to the Panthers a little bit. But I do want to talk a little bit about that injury and what you and I were kind of talking about in between the break there here in a minute.
As it looks like we're going to have another goal kick here for Fremont. And Fremont's going to move this ball away. As they're going to have a goal kick, it looks like it'll be Rasmussen to take it like they usually do. And we've seen from them all night long. This one's going to get cleared up close to midfield, headed back in by Landman. And now here's Wacker, back to Lamonta. Lamonta's going to move the ball forward here for Norfolk into that box. Cleared out by Fremont. And Fremont's going to keep trying to move that ball forward off the foot of Barcenas. Petty now with the pass up for Wacker off the knee of Rasmussen. And now on that far side, we're going to see the ball lost out of bounds. And it's going to be a throw in for Norfolk on that far side. So he's going to take this throw, and it looks like it'll be Wacker, and they'll move this one fairly quickly. Monfollow back to Wacker. Wacker trying to turn the corner, cross it inside. And it's going to be cleared out for Fremont.
Good job to keep it in the attacking third, though.
Petty now battling for the ball, comes away with it. Lamonta for Monfalda. Monfalda back to Lamonta. And Lamonta goes down as Fremont clears it out. Referee says play on.
Wow. Surprising.
Norfolk with the ball at midfield. Landman has the ball forced away from her by Deers. Fremont nearly had an opportunity to come up with possession right there. And they steal the pass from Monfollow.
And there you see right there, they were setting up the offsides trap again.
Barcena is on the far side of the field to pass over. Play keeps on going. Lamonta, the through ball up ahead looking for Olsen. This is an opportunity onside for Norfolk. Olsen inside the box, the shot right on McLean, and McLean comes up with the save.
Wow, a great chance for Norfolk there. You'll see it again. They got the run in one-on-one, but a little forced a shot that went right into the hands of Jenna McLean.
And Fremont already back on the attacking side. On the night of a full moon, you never know what craziness is going to occur on a full moon night.
Tomorrow there's supposed to be a pink moon, I think. Saw something about that.
Even better. Norfolk clears the ball out of bounds. It'll be a Fremont throw-in coming up. .28 minutes to go here in the second half. 28 minutes for one of these two teams to try and break the tie. As Norfolk's going to clear that out of their defensive third. Battle for the ball on the far side in front of the Norfolk bench. Looks like it's going to be Gildo who comes out with it. Gildo trying to move the ball forward for Deers. And it's going to call for Hannah Werner to scoop the ball right back up. Play at midfield here on the near side as the ball goes out of bounds. Fremont throwing. We'll have some substitutions come on in.
Again, for two teams that like to move fast, the substitutions definitely slow them down a little bit.
Ventura Mejia with the ball, moves it forward. There's Ventura Mejia again, battling against Montalvo. Very physical battle there in the midfield. And it looks like Norfolk's going to clear the ball out of bounds for a Fremont throw-in.
And Montalvo held her own there. She was getting body checked by Ventura Mejia.
Let's be fair, they're body checking each other out there.
Oh yeah.
Norfolk once again having to clear the ball out of their own zone. As now Petty clears it out on that far side. As we've seen a more physical, more aggressive Fremont team in controlling possession here in the second half, Nate.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Well, that offside trap did not work.
Olsen again. This
offsides call. That is an unbelievable defensive job from Fremont. Again, that's one of those bang-bang plays, Elijah. It was so close to tell. We'll get another look at it. Well, you won't get a look at her in the offsides position, and she did ring that one off the pipe anyway. But she probably would have put a better strike into it had the whistle not blown. Great move at midfield.
Fremont continued to try to move that ball forward, but Montalvo has made that difficult on them all night long. The ball up ahead. No Fremont player there, but in chasing was Fiskus. Good to see her re-enter the game here for Fremont. And 25 minutes remain in this second half, brought to you by Husker Rehab. Treating the cause of pain, not just the symptoms. Thank you to Husker Rehab for supporting this broadcast of Norfolk and Fremont soccer on News Channel Nebraska. Norfolk with a throw-in on that far side of the field, doing what they can to try and break the tie. And if I were to bring up their schedule right here, it's been a challenging one. Their three losses come to Lincoln Southeast, Kearney, two top four teams in Class A, and then one last night to Lincoln Southeast. But they have a couple of impressive wins as well over Columbus and Elkhorn.
Yeah, this is a team that really has battled the top competition fairly well. And they've won the games that they're supposed to win. And for Fremont, it's been a little bit of a mixed bag, but for the most part, also winning the games they are supposed to.
And the battle keeps on going for possession as
Great
Landman
header.
gets the ball to Petty by way of the header. Petty trying to hold on to possession as she's undercharged by Bigsby. Petty gets the ball to Olsen, and Olsen's shot is going to be blocked.
Rung off a couple bodies there. Maybe one more move to her left-hand side, she could have gotten free and had a little bit of a better opportunity, but I don't mind the shot there at all.
Fremont trying to keep that ball moving. So far, if you're just tuning in, we had a goal in the 20th minute scored by the sophomore Kendall Dennis off the bench. He had just entered the game. Pushes one to the right of McLean to open the scoring for Norfolk. And then later on in the first half, 35th minute, Fiskus, the freshman for Fremont, comes screaming through on a through ball and places one by Werner to tie the game. And in the second half, we've seen a lot of possession from Fremont, couple of opportunities from Norfolk, but so far the senior goalkeepers have done their jobs.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just been a couple really, really good chances, a couple one-on-one situations. And again, 94 times out of 100, I think I said earlier, might be a little bit lower than that. But the attacker is going to win that one if they put the ball in a good enough spot. And all the saves that have been very, very competitive, they've been made. And McLean and Werner have stood tall.
You talk about that one-on-one, and you talk about that 99% chance. You look at it like a penalty kick. A penalty kick, the goalkeeper, they have to read that player, and they're already at a stationary position, but now give them a chance to run and approach. That completely changes the game.
Absolutely.
In the favor of the attacker.
Yeah, and penalty kicks there as well. We could see that at this point if this stays deadlocked.
I don't think you should mention that. Our director won't be too happy.
Yeah, sorry, Connor.
Ball comes flying over the fence, bounces off one of the steps, and right back into play. How about that? Pretty fun action as Fremont's going to have a throw-in midway through the second half in a 1-1 game. And that throw-in, Fremont still battling for that ball at midfield. Here comes Olsen again. The pass up for Brink, knocked away by Rasmussen. We are completely under lights now here in Norfolk as that sun has set. You had a glistening field with the light reflecting off the turf. Lamonta tried to put another through ball past the Fremont defense, but Corona Duran was there to knock it back. Fremont with the ball at midfield. Another chase down on that far side. This one's going to be won by Landman, the senior defender. And Norfolk Fremont still battling there on the far side.
Feels like Norfolk, as of super late, has had the momentum and had the better chances. They've had the crisper attacks, the better passing. Again, the offside trap right there. Now back onside. Here's a run.
Olsen here on the near side being chased down by three Tigers. Passes over to Brink. Brink is tripped up.
Is that in the box?
I think that was in the box. The referee was behind the play, so he's probably going to have to rely off of his AR. We're going to get another look at it. It's going to be a really great look.
Oh,
I think
just outside. But
and I think the referee's going to see this one perfectly. It is going to be a free kick right outside the box.
Yeah.
I think that's a correct call. Great look by our team, Connor and Kevin, for getting us another look at that. But this is a dangerous opportunity.
And you have the most dangerous foot on the team, and Yancy Lamonta on the ball right now. Very good chance to go for goal here for Lamonta. Here we go.
Lamonta, our key player of the game, just a sophomore, puts the shot right on net, and McLean comes up with the save for Fremont.
Made it look easy, didn't she? That's not an easy play to make, but McLean made it look so. Definitely not as good of a strike as I think Lamonta hoped for, but I still think it's a good shot nonetheless.
Especially whenever you're a goalkeeper in that situation, not only do you have to read what the attacker is going to do when taking that kick, you got to read through the screen in front of you as they're trying to block that shot as well. Ball on that far side, Norfolk trying to turn the momentum around with 18 and a half minutes to go in this ball game. It's 1-1. Anybody's game still as Norfolk has a throw-in on that far side.
Again, Norfolk now really has the momentum. But if anyone can slow that down, it's this Tiger back line.
Montfollow, the crossover. Olsen's going to come back for it. Turn over the defender for Fremont, trying to move it inside, where Norfolk loses track of the ball, and Fremont's able to clear it.
Lamonta lost her footing there, it looked like too. She could have come up and played that ball. That's going to be a handball, I think.
Yeah, no, they're going to call a foul. Referee pointing to his elbow there. Might have been a little bit of a thrown elbow from a Tiger.
Annika Gildo is who they got.
And now LaMonta again. This one is going to be from 34 yards out.
And again, trying for that offside trap.
And McLean comes up big again. And let me tell you right now, if Fremont were to win this game, call Jenna McLean for player of the game.
Absolutely.
She's made a few outstanding saves. That was just another one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. She's been phenomenal. Again, the one-on-one situation, you can forgive that. But her back line has done oh, my goodness.
Hard charge from Lehman on Fiskus. Referee says play on with a throw-in coming for Fremont. And Fiskus is down again after a hard challenge by Landman. And the referee's letting that clock keep on rolling with Fiskus down.
And first of all, it's great to see her back in the game. I hope we can get a replay of this challenge. And now the official is stopping clock as Fiskus is down again. What we were worried about with her first injury was it just looked like something tightened up. This is new turf. It's going to be a little bit firmer. You and I walked on it pregame. This one, though, I mean, was just such a hard challenge. We're going to see it again. Oh, yeah.
Landman comes in from behind the play. And we are going to step aside with 17:05 to go.
For walks, playing with your grandkids, or participating in your favorite hobby are some of the simple joys in life that you don't think about until you can no longer do them. If you are struggling to live your life due to surgery, injury, or other conditions such as vertigo or stroke, turn to the trusted experts at Faith Regional Health Services. Our experienced physical therapists can help you get back to your active lifestyle using one-on-one care every time. Faith Regional Health Services Physical Therapy. Life rediscovered.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of pain, not just the symptoms. Schaefer's, we're more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
"17 minutes and 5 seconds of action remaining in regulation here in Norfolk. Tie game between Norfolk and Fremont. Fremont with a throw, but Norfolk's going to clear this one right out. We just saw Fiskus walk off the field on her own power. She's being checked out by the Norfolk athletic trainer right now.
Second time today, too.
Yeah, she went down earlier in the second half. And hopefully she's all right and can make another entry into the game. She's the lone goal scorer for Fremont in this game as well. And Fremont's going to try and turn momentum as Norfolk's come up with a couple big charges, a couple of one-on-ones coming from Cheyenne Olson as we are in a tight 1-1 battle.
Oh, that might, well, I was going to say the goalkeeper and McLean is there, but if not, that definitely could have been yet another offsides whistle on Norfolk.
And that's where you see the veteran experience come up from McLean. Sometimes a younger, inexperienced goalkeeper would stay back, and that would turn into a one-on-one opportunity, but McLean stepped up, came all the way out to the high school 30-yard line, and made a play on the ball. Now here comes Fremont. It's Emma Deers with the ball for Fremont. Passes back. Ball gets blocked by Norfolk, and Norfolk's going to clear it on out again.
Yeah, that was Kira McDermott that tried to play it in. Oh, here we go. Here's the goal scorer.
It's Kendall Dennis with the ball, and the ball will come off the toe of her foot, and that's going to be one she wants back.
Yeah, absolutely. She did not hit that ball as cleanly as she wanted. She didn't hit it the direction that she wanted. Really, nothing worked for her on it. I think you got to do that more often.
Yeah, we're going to see this one more time on the Madison County bench. That shot, and instead of coming off the inside of her foot, it comes right off the toe, and it sends that ball straight forward. Here comes Olsen on that near side, crosses over. Betty now gets the ball on the clearance attempts, and Fremont tries to get it out of harm's way again. Montfollow for Norfolk now. Over to Petty. Petty's going to push the ball back before turning around for Olsen. Under 15 to be played. Petty with a cross inside looking for Dennis, just over Dennis's head, and it'll be headed away by one of the senior center backs for Fremont. Norfolk still with the ball at midfield. Battle for the ball. Won by Norfolk as they'll have the throw-in. And they'll get another one here back to back as Fremont pushes it out once again. Also have to play a little bit of chase the ball as it skipped over the fence on that far side.
Well, there we go. We got it back.
And now Norfolk will get to throw it in again. Plenty of time to find the game-breaking goal as Fremont's going to come up with the throw-in, and we'll have some substitutions. And I hope my eyes don't deceive me here. I believe we got Fiskus back on the field again for Fremont.
That's what I see too.
Good to see the young freshman come back into the game as well.
What a tough player too. And sometimes that can set the tone for the rest of the team. Toughness.
He's one of 5 freshmen in the starting lineup for Fremont, and she's been hard charging all game long for this Tigers team, as now she moves the ball up to where Werner scoops it up for Norfolk. Under 13 to be played in this 1-1 game. As Petty moves the ball forward, it's going to be a chase for the ball. Olsen and Dennis look like they might get there first. It's Olsen for Norfolk. And then looks like we might have had Olsen and Dennis miscommunicate, and they kind of messed each other up. We're going to get another look at that one as we'll have a corner kick incoming for Norfolk.
I think Chloe Cole here too. You'll see her. She's in the white jersey. I think she also made a good play on it. Yeah, threw Olsen off balance a little bit. Did not allow a clear shot to get off, and obviously was the last to touch it.
Here comes the corner kick off the head of Olsen, and it comes back down, and it's going to be a goal kick coming for Fremont. A lot of action happening on that corner kick.
Yeah, and McLean fell hard.
12 minutes to go, maybe a little bit longer, but by the end of it, we'll have Nate talking with our player of the game, brought to you by Heritage at Fountain Point and Nebraska Orthopedic Center. So stay tuned for that in our post-game show. But first, we got to get a victor here.
Well, I'll tell you what, Norfolk has had some great chances lately. Oh,
McLean dropped the ball, and there was a hard charging Panther in on the play if McLean was unable to regain possession.
And it was Dennis.
Deers loses the ball off of her foot out of bounds. Norfolk throw-in. Dennis comes up with the ball, passes back to Petty. Fremont continuing to try and clear that ball out as Norfolk, for most of the game, has held that ball right around that third of the field line. Here's a good clearance from Fremont. This one's going to sky the other direction past midfield. And Norfolk's going to have to work to get this one back into that offensive attacking third. And a clearance that time from Bigsby heads into the Norfolk parent section.
Well, Norfolk was ready to restart the play there, but we have another Tiger down, and that's the player that made a really good defensive play on the 2-on-1. That's Chloe Cole, and I know we haven't called her name much today, Elijah, but she's a very important freshman in this back line.
And so we will step aside once more. 21 from Veterans Memorial Field.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
A body in motion stays in motion until you feel that muscle tighten, that sharp pain you didn't expect, and suddenly you're stopped in your tracks. KRT helps you get back in action with all natural pain relief in just minutes. Don't get sidelined by muscle cramps. Stay in the game with KRT.
There are many details that can set your dream apart from anyone else's. But what sets the banks you are considering apart from each other? At Madison County Bank, what sets us apart from other lenders is flexibility. We offer a wide variety of loans, and we pride ourselves on providing lending options for commercial, residential, agriculture, and even unique properties that make your dreams a reality. Madison County Bank, here to help you grow.
We are still looking for a victor as we enter the final 10 minutes of action here from Norfolk, and Olson's going to lose the ball off of a long first touch. It'll be a Fremont goal kick. Welcome back to Veterans Memorial Field. 9:58 and counting remaining here in a tied second half. One apiece. Both goals are scored in the first half. And we're going to see Fremont take this goal kick. Chloe Cole was able to walk off the field on her own power as she continues to get checked out on the Fremont bench. Norfolk trying to keep that momentum rolling. Lamonta with a ball up for McLean. McLean, a senior goalkeeper, been outstanding for Fremont all game long. Monfallo goes down from behind. Off of a tough challenge by Gildo, and it'll give Norfolk a free kick.
Well,
maybe this next play with a free kick coming from Lamonta could be included in one of our post-game segments. Brought to you Community College. Southeast Community College. Thank you for your support of high school soccer on News Channel Nebraska. Fremont was able to succeed, and they turned it right back around to the offensive side. And now there are just 8.5 minutes remaining with that mid alongside Nate Bope. Norfolk continuing to battle. They've had the momentum a lot in this late portion of this half.
Yeah, Fremont right now just can't get it past midfield for long enough. Norfolk doing a great job at keeping the pressure on. They've sort of been shifting their formation throughout this contest.
Eight minutes remaining. Lamonta with another free kick coming for Norfolk. Fremont's going to take care of that one pretty easily. We just went over, now we got the top plays coming up, we got the player of the game, and that's all a part of our KRT post-game show, so stick around for that at the conclusion of the game. Now 7.5 minutes remaining. Norfolk with another throw-in on that far side of the field. And it's going to be lost out of bounds for a Fremont throw-in. What's going to be the biggest difference over the next 7 minutes here, Nate?
I just think, quite simply, the quality of chances. We have not seen Fremont really kick it into second gear or third gear or fourth gear is what they want to see in the offensive game. It's been Norfolk that has all the momentum right now. I just think Norfolk needs one quality chance, but Fremont, they got to do what they do best. Force a turnover, rely on that counterattack, and get a long run. if they can't start to get some better chances, that is.
Throw-in coming for Norfolk here at midfield. They've had a lot of those throw-ins. They've had a lot of possession, just haven't been able to find a lot of opportunities off of them as ball gets lost out of bounds for a Fremont throw-in. Fiskus with the ball, trying to charge towards the middle of the field. Dares comes back for it. Now Fremont tries to keep working back forward.
If possession... Oh, sorry, go ahead. If possession was something that we kept track of, it would not surprise me to see a 65-35 swing in favor of Norfolk.
Neither would I. Olsen battling for that ball on the near side, trying to move forward, trying to get it to Dennis, the goal scorer for Norfolk on the ninth, but Fremont comes away with the ball. Under 6 minutes to be played now as Gildo moves it up for Deers. Deers trying to get around the Norfolk defender. Deers gets a shot on the net, and Werner scoops it right on up. Werner, the drop kick to midfield. Fremont trying to change the tide here a little bit here as the second half comes closer to a close. Fiskus the quick throw in as well. Bigsby the pass back to Fiskus, and now coming in is Corona Duran. Another Fremont throw in. We have played we haven't, but they have played 75 minutes of soccer down there on the field here tonight, and we are tied up at 1 apiece with 5 minutes remaining here in Norfolk. Fremont's going to keep trying to move that ball forward. If we were to stay tied at the end of regulation, we would have 2 10-minute overtime halves. And to try and decide a winner, still tied after that, it would go on to penalty kicks. Petty sends the ball up for Dennis. Dennis trying to hard charge on it. Good box out by Fremont, and Fremont prevents the opportunity from Norfolk.
Shoved off well there by the back line, and to add on to that overtime period as some subs for Fremont come in, or I should say Norfolk, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. No golden goal. You play the full 20 minutes in overtime.
And a big set of substitutions here from Coach Mather, as he's going to send in 4 substitutes to try to put in some fresh legs. Remember, this is the second night of a back-to-back for them. And so, especially if this game were to go into overtime, they'd be quite tired by the end of it. Ball moved inside. Montvaldo couldn't keep it moving to another Panther. Fremont trying to clear that ball out. Norfolk trying to push it back into that attacking zone. We are approaching the final 3.5 minutes. Ball moved forward for Fiskus. We know she's fast. She's chasing down that ball right now, trying to turn that corner. But coming up with the ball is Adeline Olberding.
Nice job to cut down the angle there.
And now the ball moves the other direction. Brink trying to come through. She has an opportunity. McLean comes up off of that strong first touch, scoops that ball away, and now we're looking at 3 minutes to go off of the drop kick by McLean. It's another Norfolk throw-in. There must be something with Nate Boat being on the call for a soccer game at Veterans Memorial Field. You saw the shocker I think it was just last week when Norfolk beat Lincoln Southwest in penalty kicks off of a scoreless overtime and regulation. We could be in for a similar treatment here tonight. Petty with a shot over the net just underneath the football crossbar, and 2.5 minutes remaining. Your presence is channeling superior, exquisite soccer action, Nate.
I am flattered. I'm flattered, honestly.
Goal kick here from Fremont. Just over 2 minutes remaining in the second half. Corner wasn't quite turned by Gallion, but Norfolk will have a throw in here on the near side. Looks like Petty will be the one to take it. She'll pass it on back. to Olberding. Ball's headed back out, and under 2 minutes to be played now. Another throw in here for Norfolk. Norfolk trying to build an opportunity here, but Fisk just comes away with a steal. And Norfolk tries to take that possession right on back.
Fisk would have had to create something special there. Just too many numbers for the Panthers defensively.
Under 90 seconds to play here in Norfolk in regulation. We are tied up at 1 apiece. And the ball's going to be lost right on that goal line. And it's going to be a Norfolk corner with just 70 seconds remaining.
Well, how about this, huh? Very tough to see who hit it last, but if anyone's got a good view of it, it would have been the official down there.
60 seconds remaining. It's a corner kick on that far side. Comes in shallow. Now Brink with the ball. Tries to push it off to a teammate. And we're going to have a throw-in coming for Norfolk. 45 seconds now remaining.
You have to be really, really cautious here of a Fremont clear-out because Deers and Fiskus, they'll both run.
Norfolk still trying to push on in. We've hit 30 seconds remaining. Petty, a shot on the net just to the left of the goal. It would have went in just a few inches to the right.
Yeah, that's a really good left-footed shot there. With time dwindling down and with how good this Fremont backline is,
I think that one might have been deflected, too, off of the Tiger. Hard to tell. Now we're under 10 seconds to play. Fremont's can clear this one out. And we are headed to overtime here in Norfolk. 1 apiece. We will play 2 10-minute halftime periods. We're going to step aside. We got an exciting 20 more minutes of soccer action coming up here in Norfolk.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry because you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
This broadcast is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. See the trainer. Need relief from pain or support for recovery? Don't see just anyone. See the trainer. And by Zollner Ford Lincoln. Proud to be your local Ford and Lincoln dealer.
More than 80 communities across the state count on Nebraska Public Power District to power their every day. And like a dependable neighbor, we work tirelessly to make our communities a better place to live. From preparing them for economic growth, to partnering in local events, to educating tomorrow's workforce, we are charged with creating community connections that are just as trusted and reliable as the electricity we provide. NPPD, powering our state, empowering our communities.
Whether we're talking commercial or residential plumbing, Lamel Plumbing is the place you call. Lamel provides 24-hour emergency service as well. Call them if you get in a tight spot. And as for their retail items, well, you gotta check out some of their faucets, some of their kitchen items, and some of their bathroom items like their Onyx showers. And hey, say you got a digging job, you call Lamel Plumbing for that too. They've added a full-time crew for you, doing backhoe, trenching, and sewer work. Take that digging job off your list and have Lamel do it for you. That's Lamel Plumbing in Beatrice, now at their new location on North 7th Street in Beatrice.
Yankton Medical Clinic, Norfolk location, has several multi-specialty outreach physicians, including ear, nose, and throats, orthopedic surgery, urology, nephrology, general surgery, and pulmonology. Our physicians are all board certified. They have obtained the highest level of medical expertise in their field. Rated by our patients with a perfect 5 stars. Yankton Medical Clinic, Norfolk location, offers so much care, so close to home. Located in the Fountain Point Medical Building, Norfolk.
TC Amish Home, we want to help you live better, longer, with a complete selection of health-focused power chairs from Ultra Comfort. Ultra Comfort features zero-gravity positioning, giving you that weightless feeling and increasing your circulation. Elevate your feet, release tension, reduce swelling, and maximize blood flow. They are fully programmable to your customized settings. With the softest, easy-to-clean fabrics, the entire family is able to enjoy the benefits of your new Ultra Comfort power chair. Live better, longer with Ultra Comfort at TC Amish Home in Norfolk.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. Central Nebraska Orthopedic, dedicated to the motion of life. And by Southeast Community College. Head to southeast.edu and discover your path to possible.
For over 40 years, Claybaugh Pharmacy has been your trusted, family-owned, full-service pharmacy. We provide traditional medical options, medical equipment, immunizations, and over-the-counter products. We take pride in going above and beyond to improve the health of our community. And to ensure you have a seamless experience, manage your profile and refills with a touch of the finger from home. Claybaugh Pharmacy in downtown Beatrice, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
It's time for overtime in Norfolk for the second straight week at Veterans Memorial Field. Last week it was a boys stunner in a top 10 matchup. Norfolk over Lincoln Southwest. That one went to penalty kicks. We'll see where tonight's matchup brings us. Let's give you a little bit of a recap if you're just tuning in. First half is where we saw both of the goals in this 1-1 matchup. 20th minute opened things up. It was Kendall Dennis who put the ball into the back of the net, went to the right of McLean, and put Norfolk up 1-0 early. And then on the other side, approaching the halftime break in the 35th minute, it was Mara Fiskus, the freshman, on a breakaway to tie things up at 1 apiece for Fremont. Second half, a lot of possession for Norfolk. Unfortunately, they were not able to put a shot in the back of the net. But now we open up overtime, 2 10-minute periods, and we will see Yancy Lamonta take this free kick about 25 yards out.
Last time she went for goal.
And if we were playing football, that one is through the uprights for the field goal. Unfortunately, this one just gets Fremont the goal kick. 1 minute gone, 9 minutes to go in the first half of overtime. You'll get another look at this one here on the Madison County Bank instant replay. Been a great job done by all of our crew members here tonight. And now we got another turnover. This one pushed just over by McLean. Another huge save as it was Haley Wacker on the shot attempt. And it'll be a corner kick for Norfolk up and coming.
Finish your shout out. Our crew has done a phenomenal job as they have right here on this replay, but just an unfortunate giveaway. Oh, the slight touch over the crossbar.
I was talking about the crew, and now we got this corner kick. This one's deflected by McLean, and Fremont's going to clear this ball out. But man, I'll go back to what I'm saying. This crew we've had here today. Everybody led by Connor and Paul. They've done a great job all night long, and now we're going to see a yellow card given out as Norfolk took a hard challenge. Looks like it'll be Rasmussen who comes off the field after taking the yellow card.
Well, this game has seen a lot of physicality. The official there finally pulling the yellow card out of his pocket on one of these hard challenges. A pretty clear, obvious push in the back.
And now Lamonta will get another free kick opportunity. 7:59 remaining here in the first half as the clock stopped with that yellow card. Lamonta guys this one off the upright. Doink. And it'll be another goal kick up and coming here for Fremont. But here, we're just over 2 minutes into the second half, Nate, and Norfolk has made their presence known.
Well, Bears fans don't watch the replay. There's the doink. But yes, absolutely. Norfolk has been flying and has gotten some absolutely phenomenal chances. And if they keep this up, it's just a matter of time before one goes in the back of that net.
That goal kick comes on out to that far side. Chasing down that ball now is Olsen on the far end. Going to try and cross it in, unable to turn the corner enough as it got deflected out of bounds by a Tiger. And now with another corner kick up and coming for the Panthers with 7 minutes remaining in the first half of overtime. Lamonta's going to take this one again.
Again, you're probably going to see everyone collapse here.
Lamonta got it in, nearly went off the head of Dole, and it looks like we're going to have a goal kick coming here for Fremont.
Well, and they've had a lot of phenomenal opportunities from corner kicks today. I think none as good as that one because they finally had it hit off a body.
And now Fremont draws a foul, so they get a free kick of their own.
This could be huge for the Tigers, a chance to swing some momentum.
Momentum owned by the Panthers. All moved forward. Past most of the front line for Fremont, and it'll be cleared out by Norfolk. And off a Tiger, too, for a Norfolk throw-in. Important to note now as we are approaching having played 85 minutes with still 15 to be played.
And you see right there, there's a product of being on the field for so long.
And that's what it's exactly about to get at. These Panthers have been hard at work here tonight. And this is the second of a back-to-back. They had a hard-fought 1-0 loss last night against Lincoln Southeast. And now they're in overtime here tonight. Wacker coming through on the offensive side. Throws her body into it, and the ball's going to be knocked out of bounds by Rasmussen. It'll be a corner kick for Norfolk, their third of the overtime period.
Yeah, and it was Montalvo there that got slowed up by the cramp, it looked like, in her left leg. And as the weather gets warmer, it's more important that you got to start hydrating.
On the bright side, we're getting cooler into the night. Lamonta with the corner kick. Scrapes the head of a Panther. Now Petty, and Petty puts it back into the net. And Norfolk.
No, that went behind, I think.
That went behind. I was wondering why there was as much reaction. It looked like it was hit from this side, but just to the side to get another look at it. Jason Petty, the eye went off the padding of the goalpost. Gave the illusion of it going into the net. So we stay at 1 apiece with under 4.5 to go.
A lot of the Norfolk faithful in front of us thought it was in.
I'm glad we weren't the only ones. But Fremont stays alive as we're still 1-1. Here comes another opportunity. This time it's Brink, and the diving McLean makes another save. 4 minutes remaining in the first half of overtime here in Norfolk. McLean's going to drop kick this one away. Pass near side, and Fossum's not quite going to be able to get to it in time. Fremont takes over on offense. A pass up from Gildo. Now Deers looking for Fiskus. Fiskus still hard charging on the play, and Landman comes up and will clear it away and out of danger.
Boy, as you can tell, both these teams have been working so hard. They are tired out there. And normally in situations like this, you just have to keep playing clean and not be the one on the other side of what could be a costly mistake.
It looks like Norfolk's almost turned into a mini 3-4-3 at times with Thule coming up into the midfield.
Yes.
Norfolk's really trying to put the pressure on Fremont as they've had the opportunities. They're going to have another throw in here on the far side, but they just haven't been able to capitalize on them. And now we're going to see another yellow card come out. This one coming out and being shown to Norfolk. It'll be a Fremont throw. It'll be a Fremont free kick. And we'll have to double check who that yellow card was shown to.
Well, whoever it was, I think, is on the bench now. Or will
She's
be
already
soon.
lined up to check back into the game.
Yep.
Judging by who's out there right now, it might have been Petty. Free kick goes long, and
we'll find out right now. Oh, maybe not. He's not letting the sub come in.
Has to be a Norfolk throw-in, I believe, for the Norfolk substitution to come in.
That's right.
Another physical challenge there on Norfolk's side. And it'll give Fremont a free kick with under with just over 2 minutes remaining here in the first overtime.
Well, I think never mind.
This one's coming inside. And Werner's just able to track that one down in front of the goal line. Pick up the ball, drop kick it towards midfield. Avoid danger with exactly 2 minutes remaining in the first half of overtime. Norfolk with a throw in here on the near side. Fossum comes up, and they're trying to take this one quickly. Now the substitution's going to come into play, as we're going to see Petty check back in for Norfolk after receiving that yellow card.
Good eye from you.
It's the blue shoes that helped me out there.
That would do it.
Yeah, Petty's one of the few who's been wearing blue shoes. Whenever I've learned long enough when doing soccer, yeah, pay attention to the physical differences, mainly the cleats, to tell people apart.
Oh, for sure. Sometimes that can help in basketball as well. The bright sneakers and the bright cleats. Bright boots, if you will.
Throw-in coming here for Fremont here on the near side. As we got 1 minute remaining in the first half of overtime, and looks like Montvaldo got shoved down a little bit looking at the instant replay. It was not called on the field. Instead, Fremont will have a throw-in.
And the clock has just continued to bleed and bleed. About a good 20-25 seconds off that clock. And, I mean, Montvaldo is really struggling right now.
Either way, with 30 seconds remaining in this period, it looks like we are going to head to a second overtime period, still tied at 1 apiece. Lamont is going to try and change that, but it's knocked away by Flores Sandoval.
Still time for an opportunity.
Gildo again with the clearance under 10 seconds, and that is going to send us into the second overtime period. Still knotted at 1 apiece. It was a 10-minute section dominated by Norfolk, but Fremont hangs on. The second set of 10 minutes in overtime. That's coming up next here on News Channel Nebraska.
Landmark Implement is your local authorized John Deere dealer. Landmark's trained and certified sales staff will help you find the right equipment for your needs. All backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. Whether it's a tractor, planter, combine, lawn and garden tractor, or gator, every piece of equipment in our inventory is ready to work hard for your operation. Landmark's team works together to make sure everything that is sold meets their quality standards. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or learn more at landmarkimp.com to experience the Landmark difference.
Happy birthday to you! It's actually Earth Day. Who doesn't? Happy birthday to you! It's actually Earth Day. Who does an Earth Day ad?
We do! Experience a quiet, energy-saving clean with a new KitchenAid dishwasher from Shavers. Now with free installation after rebate. Plus, save up to $3,000 with rebates on energy-saving KitchenAid appliance packages. They're easy on the planet and your wallet.
Happy Earth Day to you!
One thing about working, we've always had employers that took care of all the health care for us. Navigating that was kind of scary, unknown.
We tried to do it on our own, but weren't too confident with, was this really what we should be doing? Sarah is a very welcoming, warm person, and we really enjoy working with her. We laugh, we giggle.
She presented several scenarios, kind of took over where the employer left off.
See, it's all on who you can trust, right, hon?
Yes, dear.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Currency is here to help. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. And by Heritage at Fountain Point, redefining senior living with a steadfast commitment to comfort, compassion, and dignity. Heritage at Fountain Point in Norfolk, living better.
We're getting set to kick off the final 10 minutes of on-field action here tonight in Norfolk. Still tied at 1 apiece here in overtime between Norfolk and Fremont. And if you thought this one was exciting, come back next week. We got a couple more great games for you. Starting off on Wednesday, we got the Heartland Athletic Conference Baseball Championship. Then on Thursday, you like some volleyball? Well, check out the Omaha Supernovas taking on Grand Rapids. And then next Friday, you're watching Norfolk right now. You're a fan of Norfolk? Well, tune back in next Friday. Norfolk at Columbus baseball. That's all coming up next week on News Channel Nebraska. But first, we got to finish this one right here, Nate. And it's been a good one so far.
Yeah, it has been. Norfolk has gotten the better chances in the extra period so far, at least in the first half of the extra time. See if that continues here. Fremont had some good momentum after a card was drawn there on Petty and some other fouls from Norfolk, but couldn't do much with the opportunity.
Deers with the ball on the offensive side, had it poked away by Norfolk, but Fremont does a nice job of getting the ball back as Bigsby with the poke. And it looks like now we're going to have a foul called on Fremont, which gives Norfolk a free kick. If we're still tied after this section of 10 minutes, we head to a penalty kick shootout, something that, Nate, you're all familiar with the game you covered here last week.
And it was a high-scoring penalty shootout, too. Not many saves. In fact, I think the one non-goal was just a miss. And that, of course, was Panther boys action, the historic upset.
Ball moves forward. Olsen trying to chase it down, but there's Rasmussen coming up and clearing that ball out of harm's way, but it sets up a set piece here for Norfolk with a corner kick on the near side with 8 minutes remaining in on-field action.
And for aggressive as McLean has been all day at coming off her line, smartly not doing it that one, letting her defender do the dirty work.
LaMonta takes the corner kick, goes strong. Dole nearly had a chance at that one. Now it's Landman trying to cross it back in, and it'll be another corner kick for Norfolk, this time on the other side. This will be at least the 5th corner kick for Norfolk in the overtime periods. They had over 4 in regulation. Just speaks to the volumes of which they've controlled this overtime set of minutes. LaMonta set up now here on the far side. This one comes screaming in towards the back post. Petty tries to poke it in. Norfolk fans were asking for a handball. They don't get it. Ball goes out of bounds. And now we're going to see Deers throw it in. Norfolk regains possession right at midfield.
Wow. What a game.
Here comes another look at that play on the Madison County Bank instant replay. And it looks like it was a good call on the field. Went off the leg of the Fremont defender, right back off the chest. Didn't look like it got the arm.
And I think we might have to check the teeth out there.
Another hard collision on the field while we're checking out that replay.
That's Sarah Corona Duran. I think she might have actually got a ball to the face.
It looks like she's going to walk off the field as well.
And we were watching that previous replay, but just heard the crowd go, ooh, and...
Yeah, 6:33 remaining, and here comes another look at it. Ball goes off of Petty. Petty.
Oh, yep.
Right off the side of the head of Corona Duran. And now we're going to have substitutions come on the field. Clock stopped at 6:33 remaining. Still a 1-1 ball game between Norfolk and Fremont. Both of the goals were scored in the first half. 20th minute, it was Kendall Dennis, a sophomore, who put the ball in the back of the net for Norfolk. And then in the 35th minute, it was Mara Fiskus for the Tigers to even things up. It's senior night here in Norfolk. The Panthers would love to come away with a victory, especially after a hard-fought 1-0 loss last night. But the legs have to be getting tired at some point. And now we're going to see another stoppage of play and another yellow card issued. The referee has been issuing yellow cards a lot this overtime, and this one's given to Annalise Bigsby, who will now have to come off the field before we get the free kick from Lamonta. 6:06 remaining in the second overtime, as Fremont's going to lose a midfielder for at least some portion of time. Here it comes. It's a ground ball. And Deers is going to clear this one out.
Punched back in by our cameraman.
See him shake off his fist a little bit, too, after that.
Yeah, he did. Good pull on the ball.
Crosses it in. Here's an opportunity for Dennis. Just pushes it wide. And it'll be another goal kick coming for Jenna McLean. 5.5 minutes remaining, Nate.
Should put our cameraman in goal with that punch out. Good defense.
I mean, he's nice and tall. He could probably do pretty well.
Yeah. We just need to see how the vertical looks.
Oh, here comes another look at it. Connor's going to give us some fun there in the truck.
Very
nice little punch out, yeah. Looks like he's done this a day or two before.
Pretty easy play for him. Routine, some may call it.
Let's get back into the action. 5 minutes remaining. A chase down for the ball on that far side. Wacker's going to cross it inside, looking for Dennis. McLean loses it for a second, but regains possession as Fremont puts another end to the Norfolk attack.
How big has McLean been guarding her net today? She has been simply sensational in the brightest moments.
Norfolk continues to clear it out. They've used that experienced back line to keep Fremont from getting any good chances off besides that one that they scored off of. And now here comes another 1-on-3 that Fiskus is going to lose the ball to the Panthers. Petty now on the near side. Petty tries to move that ball forward, too far ahead, and McLean will scoop it right on up. 4 minutes remaining. Panthers have made quite a push in overtime, but they haven't found a goal to reward their efforts quite yet. Ball pushed up for Olsen. Now we see Dennis. Dennis pushes upfield right to McLean. McLean going to use some time, so it looks like Fremont might be content pushing this one off to penalty kicks.
Well, with how good McLean has been, I kind of don't blame him.
Olsen here on the near side, trying to put up together another attacking chance for Norfolk. Ball slides on back. Olberding up ahead looking for Dennis, headed away by Rasmussen. Battle inside the box. Lamonta. A little bit of a grounder, stopped by McLean again.
I believe off her left foot there on that one. And we know the power that Lamonta can bring. Didn't bring it there. Still a good shot on net and a good challenge as Norfolk continues to heat up the pressure cooker here.
This ball is going to get on down to Werner. And it has been, just looking at the stats, Norfolk has outshot Fremont by a lot tonight. They are in this game behind the senior goalkeeping of Jenna McLean. And this ball is going to be cleared out by Deers. Interesting now that Emma Deers is playing on that defensive back line for Fremont.
Maybe to give you some more speed in shutting down some of these long runs that the Panthers have had.
2 minutes remain here in overtime. One apiece between Fremont and Norfolk. If you've been with us from the start, it's been a good one, as you know. If you're just tuning in, you've missed a lot of great high school soccer action here tonight on News Channel Nebraska. one apiece. Both goals were scored in the first half. Got some substitutions coming on the field now for Fremont as they try to make a push to hit the game-breaking goal. Nate, we both thought at halftime that we'd see more goals come out in the second half with the way that the teams finished the first half out. But really, it's been Norfolk on the possession side being just one little moment away from breaking this game wide open. They've had a couple goals called back. They've had a couple shots just off the mark. It's been Norfolk's night that they've just been missing the capitalization on.
Yeah, absolutely. Fremont has just not been able to make them pay. They're not forcing the turnovers at high of a rate, and they're not getting as good of a chance as I think they're used to seeing. As now we're under 50 seconds here. But Norfolk has really put the pressure on. They've been the better offensive team. Again, just you have to give volumes and give the flowers to what this back line for the Tigers has done, and especially Jenna McLean in net has been phenomenal.
Okay, the clock has stopped with 31 seconds remaining. There was a lot of confusion on that far side of the field, and it looks like we're going to have a Fremont throw-in as they fix the... Okay, a Fremont free kick as they get things sorted out. So 31 seconds remaining in overtime. This kick's going to be coming on that far side of the field, about 23 yards out, and it slides past Werner.
Wow.
Fremont with the stunner in Norfolk.
Unbelievable. Hands on knees for the Panthers, but the celebration can start to begin for the Tigers. Unbelievable.
They are 24 and a half seconds away from taking down Norfolk.
I'm going to be very curious to see if that one got tipped at all.
Trying to figure out who had the goal. It looks like that one's going to go to Emma Deers.
Wow. And how about the key player at the start of the game? The senior is going to spoil senior day in Norfolk.
Clock is clicking down. One final opportunity, but once again, Fremont reigns supreme and upsets Norfolk on a fabulous Friday night.
We appreciate you watching
A goal with under 30 seconds off of a free kick by Emma Deers, the senior, with the stunner. We'll step aside. The KRT postgame show is coming up next.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
The post-game show brought to you by KRT. Don't get sidelined by muscle cramps. Stay in the game with KRT.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back in the future.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes. The wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
So I was a former smoker. My breathing got really bad. My family finally insisted I go to a pulmonologist. And that's when they did tests and diagnosed me with COPD and asthma. Because there's nothing worse than not being able to breathe. And they helped me tremendously. They've helped me get my lung function back. With the help of Faith Regional, I've become a lung hero.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. And by See the Trainer, with locations in Columbus, Lincoln, Omaha, Bellevue, and North Platte.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
Did you know that Teammates Mentoring is the largest school-based mentoring program in the nation? But we still need your help. Over 500 students are waiting for a mentor like you. Meeting with a student just once a week in school can make a positive impact on their life by providing a sense of hope and helping them to reach their full potential. So what are you waiting for? Head over to teammates.org today to learn more about how you can get involved. Join the team. Be a mentor.
Pain can affect every aspect of your life. Chronic back, neck, nerve, and other pain can make work feel impossible, stop you from doing the activities you enjoy, and can even lead to stress and trouble sleeping. If you are dealing with pain for an extended amount of time and are struggling to do normal, day-to-day tasks, turn to Dr. Balkaya or Dr. Prince at Faith Regional Physician Services to help you find relief. When you're experiencing chronic pain, finding the source of the pain is our first step. Our specialists use a wide range of diagnostic tests to determine how to control or manage your pain. You can expect us to discuss your goals, preferences, and lifestyle to create a treatment plan that uses innovative and safe techniques. You deserve to enjoy a pain-free life. Take the next step. Visit frpsclinics.org to meet our pain management specialists.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of pain, not just the symptoms. Schaefer's, we're more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Well, this was an absolute classic here in Norfolk, but the Fremont Tigers are coming out on top, thanks to a late goal from Emma Deers. We'll talk to her later, but first, head coach Gina Hoffman is with me here. I mean, just talk about it. What a phenomenal game, a phenomenal performance. We'll talk to two players later, but your thoughts standing on that sideline.
It was amazing. The suspense, the game was intense, and the girls really wanted it. And that's what we kept on telling them, is you guys have to go out there and want them more than them, and they showed that. It's been years since we have beat Norfolk. It's been years. And so the fact that these girls came and they never gave up, even due to a lot of injuries, and played their hearts out, was amazing. I couldn't be more proud of them.
So saying that again, just beating Norfolk for the first time in years, what is this going to do for your program the rest of the season?
I think this game, especially this game, is a nice little hype for the girls. It's going to keep them motivated to keep on pushing and keep on winning and doing the best they can. I think we've kind of turned a corner here, and we're going to keep on going to the top.
Well, we've got two players standing aside here. We got the goalkeeper as well. But first, let's talk to Emma Deers' coach again. Thank you for your time. Emma, I mean, first off, whenever moments like this happen, I always like to ask people, walk us through what happened on that last goal. Just the slightest touch, but it found the back of the net.
Gosh, it was crazy. I can't even explain how good it was. Just that kick from Cecily and that shot off the knee. Oh gosh, it was crazy. It was so good.
What's going through your head right now? Talk to me. Let me get inside the head.
It feels surreal. I just can't believe this happened since we haven't beat Norfolk at all during my career. It's actually, I can't. It's so crazy.
And to do it in overtime fashion as well, less than 30 seconds. Soak it in, take it in. But I'll ask you the same question I asked your coach, beating Norfolk for the first time in years. And now moving forward, what's this going to do for the team, especially as a player inside this locker room?
I mean, it's my senior year, so unfortunately I will not be back next year. But I think this will give my teammates the confidence. And throughout the rest of the season, I think we'll do pretty good.
Yeah. Thank you again, Emma. Let's bring on the goalkeeper today, who also played phenomenal soccer. Jenna McLean, you were a star in net today. The one-on-one opportunity, we forgive that. But other than that, you were an absolute stud. Talk about what helps you in net.
Oh, my teammates, they really help me. They always keep me positive. They always uplift me, and it keeps me going.
Yeah, I mean, you made some phenomenal saves. Were challenged really well. That was a Panther attack that pressed all night long, but you held firm.
Yeah, it was. They were really good. They kept me on my toes. They were on our half a lot of the time, but we held strong.
And then again, same final question. We'll hear it from a defensive perspective now. You have a phenomenal back line in front of you and a ton of freshmen on this team, but especially for a senior like Emma, what's this going to do for the team moving forward?
Oh, this will be a great turning point. Like, I feel that this is going to push us to be way better. The rest of our season is going to be so much stronger, so much tougher. We're going to be all together now, I feel.
Well, thank you so much for sticking around for the interview. Thank your coach for me as well. She's already run off. But, yeah, thank you guys so much for your time. Again, Fremont, absolutely thrilling win. 2-1 in Norfolk. Nate Pope here with NCN.
Liberty First Credit Union. It's for you. Do you live in Nebraska or the surrounding states? Then it's for you. Want to earn cash back on your transactions? Then it's for you. Are you ready to start banking with purpose? Then Liberty First Credit Union? It's for you. We're not your typical credit union. We support you with personalized banking that's open to everyone. Start banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. We're for you.
At the racetrack or the rat race round town, fuel matters. Here, customers can expect the highest quality fuel that they deserve.
This broadcast is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. See the trainer. Need relief from pain or support for recovery? Don't see just anyone. See the trainer. And by Zollner Ford Lincoln. Proud to be your local Ford and Lincoln dealer.
If you're just tuning in now, well, you missed out. Fremont with the stunner over Norfolk 2-1 in overtime. Welcome back. Let's get into our top plays here tonight, brought to you by Elkhorn Valley Bank. Visit Elkhorn Valley Bank for all your banking needs. Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, there is a difference. And Southeast Community College. Head to southeast.edu now and discover your path to possible. It was a day that started out in the 70s and sunny when Fremont and Norfolk decided to clash on a Friday night. Let's start this one out in the first half. Norfolk entering at a 6-3 record on the back half of a back-to-back after just playing last night, and we're going to see one of our co-players of the game, Jenna McLean, make a save here early on. Moving on midway through this first half. You get a nice little pass inside, and there is Kendall Dennis, the sophomore, to open up the scoring on the day. Pushes that ball to the right of McLean. Now here's another pass. This one going to be denied. These two shots would be called back with an offsides, but it just shows the presence that Kendall Dennis had for the Panthers here today off the bench. Now here we go, another free kick. This one moves ahead. Another one offsides. It would have been 2-0 in favor of Norfolk, but here's where the game starts to turn. We head to Fremont later on with 11 minutes to go. A save being made by Hannah Warner, a senior goalkeeper for Norfolk. And then with 5 minutes remaining in the half, we would see Mara Fiskus tie the game for Fremont. Now we move to the second half. A shot taken by Cheyenne Olson. That would be saved by McLean again. McLean had many good saves on the night. Here's another one for you. The senior goalkeeper stepping up for Fremont here tonight. Later on, 12 minutes to go. A corner kick. Another opportunity for Norfolk. Can't quite capitalize on it. It would turn into a Fremont goal kick. Another chase down for Norfolk. And this one, the touch just too strong with 3 minutes remaining in the half. And we push on a little bit later into the second half. And Petty would have this shot just deflected, go over the net. And we would head to overtime. 2 10-minute halves. We have 25 seconds remaining. The free kick. And then Emma Deers, the senior forward, our key player, knocks it into the net. And for the first time in over 10 years, Fremont stuns Norfolk and takes home the victory 2-1. That'll wrap things up here for us from Norfolk. Thank you for tuning in. Another overtime stunner. Once again, we got more action coming up for you guys next week. Starts next Wednesday with the Heartland Athletic Conference Baseball Championships. Then next Thursday, Omaha Supernovas Volleyball against Grand Rapids. And then next Friday, Norfolk going on the road to Columbus for baseball. For our entire crew, led by Connor Luby and Paul Hires, for Nate Pope, I've been Elijah Mosher. You have a great weekend.